Hi, you guys. I thought I'd come and try to talk to you on a subject that's kind of touchy, but I named the video We're Really Screwed Up, and I think I know why. And I know for some people it can be a touchy subject, but I think that it has to be addressed. And what it is I'm talking about Christianity, religion, whatever you choose to call it. But the reason why our country's so messed up right now, and the reason why it's going where it's going, is because we as a people have allowed new cultures to come into this country and to basically I'm going to say methodically work at killing our beliefs. Now, a lot of people, I know there's a lot of people out here that in America that claim to be atheists and so forth, but what can't be argued is that we were founded as a nation under God, and that's the Judeo-Christian God. It's in it's in everything that we have. It's even in our Constitution, and our founding fathers used a lot of different ways to express that particular thing. So we were founded as a Christian nation. We believe not everybody, but almost. I'll go back then. I'm going to say that pretty much everybody believed in God and Jesus. And where things started going haywire and some of these are not just other beliefs, but there's people out there that don't want to destroy the country, and so they utilize these other I'll say religions and things. They utilize those to water down and basically ultimately destroy our moral system. Okay, and the problem is that we've allowed it, and because of that, we're now sitting here. I'm not saying everybody, but as a nation, we're screwed up. We don't know who we are right now, and there's a lot of different people that are, throwing stuff into the mix, and pretty soon it's all warped. It's all screwed up. But we have to get back to that, and the reason why where we're at now is because a lot of people have abandoned it, and sometimes it's a hard thing to discuss because people get upset about different things. But I want to explain it. But first of all, when we were founded as a Christian nation, and that's not debatable. But the biggest thing about it is where it started getting warped was people started coming in, and a lot of them were socialists and communists, people who had no beliefs in God or Jesus or any of that. Didn't want them, mainly because it didn't go along with what they wanted to do to people, and in terms of enslaving them, killing them, starving them to death, abusing them. So that just doesn't go into the system. But where it went wrong was the idea of separation of church and state. A lot of people have a really misconception about that. It had nothing to do with if I believe in God, okay, in Jesus Christ. That is not my religion, okay. When I do go to church, I go to church on Saturday. Uh, my religion at this basis, if I don't go to church a lot, but if I did, it's the Seventh Day Adventist Church. Okay, that's my religion. But as far as God and Jesus, I don't care who you are. If you're Presbyterian, Methodist, Mormon, Jehovah's Witness, Methodist, you get what I'm saying. We all believe in God and Jesus. All of us do. That's not our religion. Your religion is whether you're a Mormon or you're Baptist. And what the forefathers wanted to do when they came over here, they left England for two reasons. One was taxation, and the other one was religious freedom. So when they came over here and they made the new laws for the new country and everything, they wanted to make sure that there was a separation between church and state. Church and state meaning, and going back to England and going back hundreds of years before that, the Roman Empire and everything, the Church of Rome basically ruled the world. Yeah, they had kings and queens and different rulers and stuff, but who actually ran the governments behind those was a long time ago was the Church of Rome. And if you go back into history, you find out that even kings and queens were beheaded, and they were done by the church. And so moving forward, coming to England and everything, it's the same church. Later on, several hundred years later, became known as the Catholic Church. But in England, it's called the Church of England. It's still the same church. But anyway, what they were trying to avoid was they didn't want that to be done like that anymore. They didn't want one church to run the country at all. They wanted that separation. And that had nothing to do with believing in God or Jesus or any of that. It had strictly to do with if you're a Methodist, they didn't want Methodists running the country. They didn't want Seventh-day Adventists running the country. They didn't want Mormons running the country. It has nothing to do with God and Jesus, because all of us believe in that. But anyway, so that's where this thing really started going haywire and got screwed up, because now what's happened is these people that want to destroy this country are doing their best to eliminate our Christian values that almost all of us believe in. And so my examples that I'm trying to give you here as to why that's happening is we're the greatest nation on the earth. And the reason why is because of the belief systems that we set up and that we chose to follow. You go out anywhere else in the world, and it always comes back to, I don't like to call it religion, but I don't know how else to say it. But our moral values, what they're based on and everything. Two prime examples. The United States was a Christian nation, and they set their values up on Christian values, which primarily most of us know as the Ten Commandments, and loving your neighbor and loving God and loving Jesus and loving people, taking care of them. Nothing that, even if you're an atheist, you could be against. In fact, to the point where now I personally I don't believe in homosexuality. Okay. Having said that, for anybody there that's getting ready to jump on me, I have 2 kids that are gay. You know, and they know how I feel about it and everything. And my attitude, personal attitude, is that's between them and God. And I'm not going to judge them one way or the other. I love them. They're my kids. I had one die of AIDS. So I do know the situation, okay? But in our system, I don't necessarily agree with that we should allow gay marriages and all of that stuff, but in our system, our Christian values, that we take care of each other and that we have tolerance for one another and everything. There has always been that for gays. You know, maybe there's some situations that need to be addressed, but there's always been tolerance of some type. Same way with the blacks and the slave issues and all those things that came forward. And you atheists, okay, I'm going to put this together, okay? I don't know how many countries are there, but there's a bigger percentage of countries out there that if you're gay or an atheist and you don't necessarily be believing in God, but whoever they call God is or whatever, they'll kill you. They'll kill you for those things. And we never have believed in that. I'm not saying there's not bad people out there, but I'm talking about the system. And we're sitting here now, we got nothing. Half the people don't believe in anything. Half the other ones not sure what they believe anymore. And the reason why is because it's all been watered down and turned into this slop. I call it anyway. But what I'm trying to get at here, and I gotta hurry, I'm running out of time already. But the biggest thing about it is that was the United States. We had tolerance for these things, and we didn't do things the way other people did them. Communist countries, godless countries, if you want to put them that way, to religious zealot countries like the Muslims. You know, man, there's all kinds of things you can do to get yourself killed in a Muslim country. Breathing air, seems like it. But anyway, that's the exact opposite of who we have been. Even in the Hindu countries, the other types of religions and stuff, there can be very what I want to call it, corrosive in terms of people, and that's what our forefathers came forward and came out of, and that's why they created this nation like this. We no longer have it, and every day that goes by now, the government that we have is in the process of destroying us. And every day that goes by, another right is taken away, another gift that God gave us in this system. And nobody cares. And the problem is if you look around the world and you look at these other countries and what they have or don't have or whatever, that's what we're trading right now for what we had. And I just hope that in some way or another that you guys will get that and understand it and get back to asking God to save our country, because we're losing it. I gotta go. Bye.